What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. I appreciate it. If you are new to the series, please check out all the videos I posted. This is kind of just an update. As y'all can see from my background, I am no longer in my apartment. I have moved out. Life is moving forward, and I wanted to make this video as sort of an outro to the series, maybe temporary outro. I do want to get back into making videos, and maybe when I have the time, I will. It probably won't be a few months, but I'm gonna try my best to get back on that wagon. But this is essentially, as I said, an outro video. I wanted to speak about the series. I wanted to leave it on a good note, and I wanted to tell you guys how grateful I am for the support that I've been given so far. It is it has been a lot this past few weeks. It's insane to me that it's been a few weeks. It feels like months, and maybe that's because of all the other things that I've had to do on top of the series. Um, but wow, it has been an incredible adventure. It's been amazing and so full of surprises. Here I am, and I'm young, and maybe it's a little naive for me to say, but I'm usually say that I'm not surprised or shocked by a lot of things. But then I got to remember I'm just being in the same situation all the time. So that's probably why, you know. Um, how often do people go and speak to someone on the street? Before this, I would buy meals for people. Anytime I went to Walmart, buy something for them, like a corn dog or a hot dog or something like that. And I wouldn't have conversations with them. I had a conversation with a couple that I remember, but it felt like they kind of wanted to be left alone, so I always kept it short. It was never really like a 45-minute long interaction, like I post on my videos. So it's been surreal, and I wanted to speak to kind of what emotions and what I was feeling throughout the series. Besides shock and awe, gratefulness. After every single video, I would get in my car and think about how I was going to go home, take a nice shower, and go to class or lay in my bed and take a nap. And it was surreal to me to think that these people don't have that they have to go back to a tent or they have to go back to a situation where they rely on someone's kindness and they don't know how long that kindness can last. And I, as someone who's dealt with like mental health issues, it has also been absolutely astonishing seeing the mentality and the fortitude these people have to push forward and to want the best for themselves and their loved ones every day, every single time. And if you look at all the interviews, every single time they say that what keeps them going is the thought of another morning, and it's very polar to what I'm used to because I like to keep up with politics, and I see these politicians who just want to keep grabbing more and more. I think recently there's a congressman who was talking about going poor because they were introducing um, a lot of ban insider trading, and I think that should be normalized. I think everybody, no matter what side of the aisle or what their beliefs, or not people who don't even believe in politics, think that that should be a part of it. And there's this congressman who's like, "Do you want us to be poor?" And he's worth millions, and he makes what $270,000 a year. Meanwhile, these people are on the streets, and they rely on kindness. There's no dollar figure to what they earn, and all they ask for is to live longer. And it's just such a shift for me. I I came to the conclusion that I think those that have money are scared of those that don't. They are scared of marginalized communities, and I don't blame them because after speaking to these people, I can see the amount of potential that they have as human beings, as people who want to be productive, people who want to be members of society, and folks that just want to be like you or were like you and want to get back to that. And if they were given the opportunity, which they would take in a heartbeat, I'm sure they would outshine a lot of individuals who have power right now or born into it or play it by ear and pretend like they know everything when they don't. I don't really know how else to explain it without being entirely rude. But yeah, it's been a surreal journey. I will never underestimate somebody who is homeless. I see now that if I have the money to buy anything I wanted, um, why not spend a little bit of it on someone who needs it more than me? Why not share a portion of a meal that I'm having? Because like I said, I'm a big dude. I've said this before in the series. I like buying myself a meal, maybe two meals. That's very greedy, in a way. So why don't I go out of my way and make sure that second meal goes to somebody who needs it, and then have a conversation with them? And I think I'm more comfortable doing that because of this series, and I'm grateful for that. I didn't think I'd have that ability, and like I said, I was so scared at the start. Like I was shaking my first video. You see like my hand on the mic. I didn't know how any of this stuff worked. The editing, didn't know anything about it, and now I enjoy it. I look forward to it. I think it's an amazing skill to have, and it's a lot of fun, honestly. I do prefer it over writing, which is crazy because I'm a PR major, and we'll see where I go with it. Hopefully I develop it more, but here's my plan for the channel and then for myself. So for the channel, I will have to be inactive. That's due to personal planning that I have, and for budget reasons. It costs me about $12 a meal, and I would have to get two meals a week. So it's only $24, which doesn't seem a lot, but I'm currently not employed, and I was going off funds that I had earned when I was working that I saved up. And I really didn't mind spending the money, but I also have to be realistic now that I am graduating and life is tough. I also have bills to pay, and I was hoping maybe if the series went viral randomly or luckily, because it would just be luck, um, then I could use that money from that virility to help, or make the series prolonged or make it last longer. Um, yeah, unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I'm not making any money off this. If I was, it would go to these people. But yeah, so I have to be thoughtful of it. When I have a really steady and stable job, then I could go and do something like this again. Um, Now, I will hopefully use this channel again. Originally, my idea for the channel was going to be food reviews, and that's why it's called I'm a Munch for Real, and that's why I didn't rebrand or change it for this series because I still want to be in that, or I want to go in that direction. So here's my plan. I am graduating soon. I am currently back in my parents' home. As you guys can see, moved out of my apartment complex. And the next plan, I'm going to visit family in Miami, visit family in New Jersey, and then I have a visa and a plane ticket to Australia, and I will be there for a year. And I'm hoping to pick this channel back up while I'm in Australia, do some food reviews, maybe do some vlogging. Me and some friends over there, we've been talking, and they have really good camera work. And I mean, you never know. Uh, I just hope to have a lot of fun over there, and I want to kind of share that experience with you guys as well. As you guys can see, I'm all about sharing experiences. I feel like that's more important than anything. But this video is just as an outro to thank everybody who has supported me, family, friends, people who I picked up along the way that have enjoyed the series. And I appreciate you guys' feedback. I thank you guys for the support. And please don't lose hope for this channel. If you want to unsubscribe, I completely understand. Um, but I will be picking things back up, and I now have a handle and a grasp on how to really get it out there. I was taking a 21 credit summer. I was extremely busy. So I obviously didn't put as much effort into this, as you can see by like when I posted or how the editing looks. Some videos I put in a little bit more work, others I didn't. Um, but when I'm in Australia, no more school. More than likely, not going to be working. I sold my car, and I'm excited to really put out some work, and even if it's just for myself and just to enjoy it, and to make some art. Um, I'm excited. It's a new chapter in my life, and I'm hoping as well, maybe in the future, if I'm in a position to help people, or I become someone who can influence others, or I become an important figure in a certain field. A lot of people say maybe politics, and who knows? Don't want to put myself on that radar yet. I don't need anything putting me down or staring me away, but we'll see. Life will take me where I think it wants me to be. But again, I just wanted to say thank you guys. It has been an emotional roller coaster. It has been an experience, and it couldn't have been all that without you. I know that I have reached upward of 3,000 views, and it is amazing. People always think, that's nothing or whatever. I mean, put 10 people in a room and ask them to slap you in the face, and then tell me that's not a lot, right? So 71 followers, that's 71 more people who enjoyed my content than when I started. And again, just really appreciated for that. So I hope everybody has an amazing day. Keep looking forward, just like all these people that I talked to. And don't give up hope. There's a future for all of us. We just have to work together, and we have to see that. And hopefully this series can highlight that, whether it's now or in the future, as I said, um, to give people some hope. So once again, thank you. I'm not going to repeat it again. Bye.